You ever order a coffee, glance at the total, and somehow it's €6? And the weird part is, you don't even flinch. You just think, yeah, that's what coffee costs now. That's not inflation. That's architecture. They set a first price in your head, and everything else gets measured against it. And that first price, it's not based on the beans, it's not based on labor, it's completely made up. And once you see how they pick it, you'll never look at a menu the same way. Starting right now. Let me show you the building they designed around your brain. First trick happens before you even taste the coffee. They set an anchor. The first number you see becomes your ruler for everything after. Once you accept that €6 is normal, €5 feels like a deal. That's anchoring, and it's just the ground floor. Now here's what they don't want you calculating. When you pay €6 for a latte, roughly 40 cents goes to the actual drink. 40 cents. The rest? That's what it costs to make you feel like ordering coffee was a good decision. They're not selling coffee. They're renting you permission to spend €6 without feeling stupid. And the entire building is designed to make that feel normal. Let's walk through it. You step into the lobby, the menu board. Look at it the way they designed it, not as a list, as a map of where they want your eyes to go. The top of the board isn't there because it tastes best. The top of the board is there to set your expectations. Fancy seasonal drinks, complicated names, premium sizes. Because if the first drink your brain notices costs €7, then €6 starts feeling reasonable. That's the anchor doing its job. They make expensive feel like the default. And here's the thing, they'll call it handcrafted, like someone carved your latte from oak. It's a workflow with a timer, and the word handcrafted costs them nothing. Now watch what happens next. You step into the elevator. Customization. This is where the real money lives. Small upgrades don't feel like real spending. They feel like personal expression. And personal expression is the easiest thing to overpay for. Here's the brain rule underneath it. Your brain hates big pain, but your brain barely notices small pain, especially when it feels optional, like adding a small tip, adding extra cheese, adding the better version. One big cost triggers a debate in your head. 5 small costs slide through. They make you the co-designer. And when you co-design something, you defend it. That's the trick. You can't be the kind of person who overpays for coffee, so the drink must be special. They don't have to convince you. They just give you enough knobs to turn so you convince yourself. Stop for a second. Open your banking app. Find your Starbucks charges from last month. Add them up. That number, multiply it by 12. That's not a coffee budget. That's a subscription you never agreed to. Now, second trick. The menu creates a decoy. A decoy is a choice that exists to make another choice look better, like when the medium and large are close in price. You don't think, I'm buying more, you think, I'm being efficient. And you can hear it in people's heads. It's only a little more. That phrase has bought more overpriced upgrades than any ad campaign ever made. They guide you with fake comparisons. Now we go one floor up, the op. Not because ops are evil, because ops make pricing invisible. When you're paying with a card, you feel the payment. When you're paying with a top, you feel almost nothing. And when you're paying with points, you feel like you're not paying at all. That's the trick. The op turns spending into a game where the pain is delayed, and delayed pain doesn't stop behavior. It never does. They separate the drink from the pain. And here's the genius part. They make you feel guilty for noticing. It's just coffee. Don't be cheap. You work hard. You deserve it. Those aren't your thoughts. Those are their scripts, and you're reading them out loud. Now we get to the penthouse. This is the floor people don't want to admit exists. Status. Not celebrity status. Just the quiet feeling that you're a certain kind of person. Busy, productive, tasteful. The kind of person who has a regular. You're not just holding a cup. You're holding a signal. And signals are expensive because they do social work for you. They tell the world something without you saying a word. That's why the cup matters. That's why the logo matters. And that's why the same coffee at home doesn't scratch the same itch. You're not paying for caffeine. You're paying for identity. And the uncomfortable part, they'll say community while you're standing alone, staring at a pickup shelf like it's an airport baggage claim. Your name on the cup isn't personalization. It's a tiny billboard that makes you advertise their product for free. Now notice what this does to your logic. Once you associate the place with my routine, leaving feels annoying. Not impossible, just annoying. And your brain avoids annoyance like it's a tax. This is why switching feels harder than staying, even when staying costs more. like canceling a subscription you barely use. You keep it because canceling is a chore. Convenience wins against your budget. And Starbucks spent millions researching exactly how tired you'd need to be to stop doing the math.
They built entire store formats around convenience. Pickup-focused layouts, mobile order flow, faster handoff, less conversation. Because if the product becomes frictionless, it becomes automatic. And automatic spending is the best spending. Now, here's the final trick. They don't need you to buy the most expensive drink every time. They just need your average to drift upward. One day you order the simple version. Next day you're tired, so you add something. Then you add a size. Then it's seasonal. Then you're treating yourself. And each step is small. No single step feels like the moment you got played. That's why it works. They raise your normal one tiny decision at a time. They'll call it a treat, like you just survived a war. You answered emails. Okay, let's make this painfully clear. The exact ingredient cost varies by drink and location, but here's what doesn't change. You're paying 10 to 15 times what the actual coffee costs. The rest is theater. Where does your €6 actually go? 3 places: people, wages, training, time; place, rent, utilities, equipment, prime location; and permission. Permission is the premium you pay because the building makes it feel acceptable. The environment, the menu, the app, the habit, all of it works together to give your brain permission to spend. You're not buying coffee. You're buying a decision that feels justified. And here's the math that makes this real. 5 visits a week, €6 each time. That's €1,560 per year. That's a vacation. That's a laptop. That's 3 months of rent in some cities. The 20-year Starbucks customer, over €31,000. You could buy a car, cash. And here's the part that messes with me. Even knowing all this, people still go. Not because they're weak, because Starbucks made the alternative feel like punishment. Walking past Starbucks when you're tired doesn't feel like saving money. It feels like denying yourself something you earned. That's the real trick. They don't sell coffee. They sell the feeling that you deserve it. And once a €6 latte becomes proof that you're taking care of yourself, price stops being a barrier. Price becomes proof.
So here's the uncomfortable question. If Starbucks vanished tomorrow, would you actually miss the coffee? Or would you miss the 10 minutes where you got to be the kind of person who has their life together? Because one of those is a beverage, the other is a $2,000 per year identity loan. And the building, it's not going anywhere. Because Starbucks doesn't just sell coffee. Starbucks sells a building made of prices, habits, and identity. The beans are in the basement. The profit is on the top floor. And now you can see which floors you're actually paying for. If you want to see how another everyday brand uses the same architecture to separate you from your money, stick around.